to the free throw line. He's able to kick out. He just took over the game the last 5 minutes or so right there. And, that's just credit to, he's a phenomenal player. He's a winning player. He makes winning plays. He got on the offensive glass. He's defending at the other end, getting stops, getting blocks. Again, Detroit played extremely well. They made another night they made some tough shots as well. But I thought this is a really good win just because you're on the road, you just played these guys, and we were able to come out with some, defensive awareness, intensity. I think we held them under 30, except for one quarter. I think we did a really good job the last 2 games and continue to get better. That's what it's about, and I thought we got better tonight.
During that 9-0 run, I think Bees has one of the corner threes. There's a bit of a struggle for Dame and Bees from the three-point line tonight, but what did you just see from them late to be able to step up and hit?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it at halftime that we're getting really good looks. I think at the first half we missed probably 4 wide open corner threes. Usually we knock those down. If we shoot the ball the way we usually shoot the ball, we may win by a larger margin. But they made it when it counted. And again, Giannis trusting the pass. He could easily have just tried to force it in there. The guy he just has a great feel for it. There's times when he knows when he needs to attack and he needs to be aggressive, and then there's times where he's just making the right play. I mean, they're just winning basketball. He had 10 assists. Dame had 8 assists, and it's just about trusting your teammate. I thought in the first half offensively, Detroit played some really good defense, but I also thought that the ball was sticking a little bit too much. We were not moving the ball. We talked about halftime, like we're going to get those shots, but just continue to trust the pass. Get that ball hopping, and I thought we executed at the right time during that game.
So Chris became the franchise's 3rd all-time leading scorer tonight in the city that drafted him. What's it like for you as a head coach to witness that, especially knowing everything he's been through this season?
I asked him, Chris, what pick were you? And he was the 38th pick in the draft, and obviously he started his career here. It's just a testament of just what a pro is about, and it's just so cool because you got young guys like Dre, that Chris is always talking to him, and he's talking to him in the huddles, he's talking to him in practice, and during our practices, when we do have practice, we pair Dre and Chris together. So Chris, he's like a great mentor for Dre, and he's teaching him how to be a pro. And what better example, what better mentor can you have than Chris Middleton? So again, it's just a testament of just all the hard work. It takes a lot to come where he started and where he is now. It takes a lot of hard work, fortitude. He's a champion, obviously NBA champion, but more than anything else, I just love the influence that he has on our team, especially with the young guys.
How important are these next few home games before we go out west?
Definitely. I mean, not to look too far ahead, but the West is tough. We're gonna be on the road against a very tough West Coast teams, so we got to take care of what's right in front of us. Obviously, Cleveland is going to be another great challenge for us. We have to learn from the last game that we played against them, make our corrections, but continue to build on the last 2 games. I thought, every game, we just want to get better, a little bit better every little game. Attention to detail, transition defense, our pick and roll defense, blocking out. We gave up 1 offensive board in that 4th quarter, but for the most part, we went in the defensive rebounding, or just the overall rebounding battle, and that's important. We just want to continue to gear up for playoff basketball.
I think it was about 90 seconds in the 4th quarter, Chris hit like a step-back jumper on the left elbow, and then in transition, you guys get a little mixed up on matchups. They get a bucket. next time down they get another transition bucket. What did you see early in the fourth quarter, and then how did you guys kind of tighten that up as the
Yeah,
went on?
you know, again, in transition defense, we have to do a better job of matching up. And you gotta talk, you gotta point, you gotta declare the ball, you gotta declare a man. We always tell them that you don't have your man in transition. You have to just find the closest guy. You know, it's the ball, it's the paint, and then it's a three-point line, right? You gotta be able to just be in the moment. You gotta be on. And give them credit too. They're a fast team. They were attacking us in transition. They were getting the ball up the floor quickly, but that's what teams are going to do against us. They're going to try to attack before our defense can set up. But so we got to be even greater as far as our effort sprinting back. We talk about the first 3 steps has to be a sprint, and then we got to start talking and pointing and match up and protect the basket. It's just the fundamental stuff, you know, that we just got to keep teaching. You know, every film session, keep teaching the basics, the fundamentals, and again, we don't expect them to be perfect, but instead of back-to-back and multiple breakdowns or mental errors, you know, we make one and then we can self-correct. We just can't have multiple infractions one after the other, especially on the road.
As you get ready to play a team twice in 3 days again, but this time at home, I'm curious from this series and the Knicks, anything in particular that sticks out to you that you want to lean into, maybe correct as you get ready for the Cavs at home?
Well, obviously, we have to get off to a better start than what the start that we had in Cleveland, offensively and defense. You have to really execute against that team. They're a very good defensive team. They're top 5 for a reason. And so, you know, our spacing got to be great. Our shot selection got to be great so we can get back on defense and get our defense set. You know, they really hurt us in transition last game. But we'll be better. We're better. You know, it's 2 games. These last 2 games, we're still building habits. And again, our goal is to be peaking and playing really good basketball, you know, April, May, and June. Right now, we're just building our house, and sometimes it takes, if you want to build a really good house, sometimes it takes time. You know, if you build a house overnight, you know, you're going to probably question the quality of that work. But these games that we are having is building great character. You know, we've been tested. I'm sure we're going to continue to be tested throughout the season. I feel like we're getting the best, you know, from our opponents. They're playing very hard and playing very well. So this is going to serve us well, and we got to just continue to find ways to win like we did tonight.